Drew got somebody on the ground or in the trunk or something in this episode 10 trailer, and he about to catch another body. What's good, y'all? It's your good sis Erica Vane coming to you again with the Power Book 2 video right here on Erica Vane TV. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss any more of my Power videos. If you're returning, what's good? Thank you so much for coming back to watch another video. Make sure that you drop a comment because we're going to keep this conversation going in the comment section down below. But without further ado, let's figure out who is Drew about to bust a cap in. All right, so plenty of y'all have made a lot of predictions. Some people were saying Davis, some people were saying Brayden, some people were saying Trace, and I'm gonna go ahead and rule out Davis right now. I think that Davis will have his day. He will have the time where he is actually fighting for his life. The closest thing that we have gotten to that is Kane popping out in his Bentley earlier this season, but Kane wasn't really gonna kill him because he just had to make sure that he was gonna play ball, right? Davis for the most part has been straight, even though he's fighting for these huge criminals and on this side of the law, right? And tap dancing on either side of the law. Next season, when we get the story behind his brother and him really trying to get his brother out of jail, that is when I think that we're actually going to wind up seeing it could potentially be life or death situations when it comes to Davis and whatever's going to come out around that. So go ahead and say that this is not Davis, that Drew got this gun on. So then is it Trace? Is it Trace? It could be Trace, but then what would stop Kane from, or what would make Kane want to stop Drew from killing Trace? Trace was all gung-ho to snitch on everybody. Trace still is holding a grudge, can't seem to find the off button on his mouth. So Drew would be doing everybody a favor if they went ahead and put Mr. Trace out his misery. So I don't actually think that it's Trace, y'all. Trace is going to catch a bullet, but I honestly think that when Trace catches a bullet, it's going to have to come from Brayden's gun. And I hate that for him. One thing that Brayden's going to have to get used to if he's really going to be in this game and he wants to be about this life is catching bodies. And they say you're not a real killer until you kill someone that you love. So I really think that when Trace goes, he's going to go by the hands of Brayden. So that leaves Brayden. Could this be Brayden on the ground? I definitely think that it could be. And it's Kane stopping Drew from killing him, because at the end of the day, Kane has built a rapport, has built a friendship, has built some type of camaraderie with Brayden, and he trusts Brayden. Now, why would Drew be pulling the gun out on Brayden? I think it's because he testifies. Now, we don't know what actually happens because we only get to see him walk into the courtroom. I think that Brayden's going to do whatever he can to protect Tariq, but he's going to be more concerned with protecting his family. And that might mean that he let some things loose that he didn't even realize were going to be as pivotal as they actually are. And it's going to be unfortunate for him. That could definitely be a thing, right? Like, that could be the thing. Now, typically, Kane would have no problem with disposing of any, leak or snitch or whatever. But whatever Brayden says, I feel like it's going to be something that's really like on the borderline. Like, it's not actually going to be snitching, but it also is something that might have led to something else that he didn't realize. So technically he's not a snitch, and maybe that's the little technicality that allows for Kane to lean into his softer side and not actually feel the need to kill Brayden behind it. Who knows? I also think that Kane is going to be preoccupied with Monet's request for him to kill his father, that he ain't actually thinking about all these other bodies that he could rack up in this episode. I think it's very interesting that it's Drew that's pulling the trigger, because Drew tends to be pretty intentional. If he knows the person or knows of the person, he tends to be very intentional with the bullets that he dishes out. And if the person on the ground got Drew to this point, then it has to be something of major significance. You have to be a major problem, because Drew is not the one that's just popping people all just because. That's Kane's MO. Okay, so those are my thoughts if we are choosing between those three people. However, I think that there's very much so an option, and this is the one that I'm leaning towards, that it is neither of these three people on the ground. Drew is about to kill somebody that is of great importance, but we don't actually know just yet, and we're gonna get introduced to them in episode 10. This world is just now busting wide open, with even more characters expected to pop up in season 3. They have already started filming. I'm very, very excited for it, and I think that this character is going to be tied to whatever storyline is going to be the jumping off point and the cliffhanger from the season finale. Unfortunately, y'all, I really do think that Trace is gonna make it to season 3. We know that Davis is gonna make it to season 3, and we can't let Brayden go. So this person that's gonna catch a bullet or potentially catch a bullet from Drew is still an unknown. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Who do you think is on the other end of this gun, who could potentially about to catch Drew's bullet? Does he actually wind up pulling the trigger even though Kane tries to get him to stop in this trailer? Let me know all your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. Again, if you're new, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my Power Book 2 videos. I got new ones coming every day this week, and we will be going live before and after the finale. Can't wait. Force is also premiering after the finale of Ghost. It's going to be a lit Sunday this weekend, y'all, and you don't want to miss it. So hit the subscribe button and turn on your bell so that you will be notified when I'm live and when new videos go up. If you want to know who Monet is going to kill in episode 10, click this video right here. And if you want to deep dive into the backstory of Effie and Kane, because they got history, y'all, watch this video right here.